And at that time, the ruler was in Muarnahar, the Khwaaja dynasty. And due to the Samarkand was the capital, and all the scholars gathered in Samarkand at that time. And Khwaaja Ahraar Wali followed. He's one of the great Sufi of his time, and he followed the order of Naqshbandi.
Naqshbandi Sheikh. Okay.
Yes, and he also during his time he was very famous because of he was very he was humble and pious. So
Humble mutawadi.
yeah.
Ah.
He every time keep donated to people population. So he gives sadaqah. That's why he was famous. And because the main job he was doing trading. That's why he had many wealth, so much wealth. Even he couldn't know how much wealth he has.
MashaAllah.
In a
ये तो सबका ख्वाब है. Who wants to be a millionaire?
Yes, he was the millionaire of that time. And there is a short history about the connection about his wealth. So one person wants to come to him because he was very famous of Sufi and Tasawwuf. So he want to resolve his problem, his issue. So when the person came in front of Khwaaja Ahraar Wali was trading at the time, and he was doing some business with only money. He was speaking only about money, and the man thought. So what all people saying he's very famous. He's the tariqat of Naqshband, and he's a kind of Sufi person. Why is every time he's like speaking about money? Why is dealing with money? So and he thought like this, but Khwaaja Ahraar Wali didn't know, didn't heard, but with the help of Allah he knew this.
Kashf.
Yes.
Kashf.
During while Khwaaja Ahraar Wali was doing his job, the person waiting, while he was waiting, he slept, and during his sleeping, he had a dream. On his dream, the two angels were getting the person to Jahannam. And at that time, Khwaaja Ahraar Wali came and
Saved him.
saved him from Jahannam.
Sorry, there's another. Yes, he saved, but the two angels was taking the men to the Jahannam, and Khwaaja Ahraar Wali came in front of the angel, says, "Why are you taking them?" And the angel said, "Because he had a debt from one guy, 500 coin." And Ahraar Wali said, "If I give his debt right now, will you release him?" Yes. And then he gave the 500 coin to the angels, and then he entered the Jannah.
Released him.
Yes.
And when the
So then it means, and when he waked, the guy is waked, and Khwaaja Ahraar Wali was on his head, and he said, "You see, even the Jahannam, even the hereafter also you need hisab." Which means we should be careful our hisab kitab.
Ah. Thagwanuni. Don't thagu anyone.
Yes.
And at that time, he had a pocket in his left side, so he was touching every time to his pocket. So is their coin still available? Every time he was touching. Khwaaja Ahraar Wali knew and saw this situation. He said, "I have too much money, so I don't know how much money I have got. But you have got only 2 coins every time you are touching." The love you have got for your coins, I don't have such kind of love.
Subhanallah. Wow. MashaAllah.
Another story about Khwaaja Ahraar Wali as well. So when he was sitting like with his students, the one guy came to him and said, "I have bad news for you." And what's the bad news? The bad news is your caravan is robbed. And he just looked at his heart and he kept calm and said, "Alhamdulillah." And after the 5 minutes, another guy came. "Oh, sorry, the message was mistaken. Actually, your caravans arrived the city with wealth, with a lot of barakah." And he looked to his heart again and he said, "Alhamdulillah" as well. And afterward, about a couple of minutes after, the student gave a question. "Oh, my dear Sheikh, why are you the both information, both the situation you say Alhamdulillah?" The reason is I said Alhamdulillah. The first time when I heard the news, I looked to my heart and I never feel any pain, because I'm losing this much money. I feel no pain.
No complaint of Allah.
And that time
sit down.
alhamdulillah, because Allah had not put like dunya in my heart, feeling of dunya in my heart. That's why I was happy. The second time, when he brings the happiness, like the good news, and I looked again, and that dunya, the wealth was not occupied my heart. And I wasn't happy. My heart was still beating the same. That time I said, alhamdulillah, because the wealth is not the main thing for me. That's why he was donated a lot. And why he was called Ahraar wali? Ahraar means like a
Free.
loving- Yes.
Free.
Pure.
Free, I mean pure. Pure from the bad habits. His all habit was all good. And why he arrived in here? Because he was in Kabul. Afterwards, he went to Kabul. And he arrived here because of the reason he arrived here. So Timur's prince, they were fighting each other. The
Grandson.
king's grandson, Amir Timur's grandson was fighting each other. And only the person that they listened, it was Khwaaja Ahraar wali. And that's why Ulugh Beg, after the losing, when he was getting old, he brought the book, Quran, Ashab Quran, Usmani, here to save, because the people, the enemies can destroy the other cities, other places, but they couldn't enter here because of the haybat of him. I mean, they're afraid from him, not afraid like the physical, but they respect him very much. That's why through the centuries, Uzbekistan was occupied by Ghairuddins, by different people a lot. Like by Shias is occupied by the other, the Salafis was occupied by the Mongols, occupied by 3 times. But the state, the Quran was stayed in here, where the women prayed, the ladies prayed, there the also Quran was stayed.
For how many years stay here?
460 years.
460 years.
Almost 4.5.
We are talking about Mushaf Usmani.
Now it's in Tashkent.
Now, Mushaf which Usman Ghani radiallahu anhu had written.
Yes.
It was
He made 7 copies of it. One of those copies in Topkapi Museum in Turkey, and one is in Tashkent. And we're going to visit that when we get to Tashkent on Friday, Saturday, inshallah. So the one in Tashkent stayed here for 460 years, where you ladies prayed namaz just now. And from there, here, then it was taken to Tashkent. We'll read this history in Tashkent, inshallah.
And also here in the Samarkand, that time it was a lot of different kind of tax for the people. But the tax collector, they never charged from Khwaaja Ahraar wali because of his jobs. So, and if some people were struggling to pay the tax, if they can afford to get money, and they should say just only my land or my wealth is not mine, it's Khwaaja Ahraar wali's. And the tax collector, after hearing this, they never charge from his tax.
Subhanallah.
Yes.
MashaAllah.
And he had
Khwaja sahab ki buzurgi hai.
100 hectares of garden, which was donated for the local people.
Subhanallah. तो ये है जरा गो राउंड खबर देख लीजिए इसमें गो राउंड
Yes.
आ जाओ भाई जरा देख लो थोड़ा कुल हुवल्लाह शरीफ पढ़ लो यासीन शरीफ पढ़ लो इसाले सवाब कर दो
His followers was all the king because his teacher was giving dua. The dua was, may Allah gives you that such kind of barakah and ilm. All the king is full of abdul.
السلام عليكم دار قوم المؤمنين أنتم سلفنا وإنا إن شاء الله الله फिर ख्वाजा अहरार वली नो अमुट्टू वाइट स्टोन से ये ख्वाजा अहरार वली
That one, yeah.
अभी जब इमना स्टूडेंट्स
The white one.
This is students and family members.
Family members.
माशाअल्लाह أعوذ بالله من الشيطان بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الصمد لم يكن له كفوا أحد قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد
During the Soviet time, it also was destroyed.